What's going on, everybody? I'm Terrence, and this is Bank Shipping. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's having a good morning. As always, if you ain't up, go ahead and get up, start that grind. Had a load for today, but it had gotten postponed yesterday. And then I got a call from another broker that I've done a lot of work with. And he was like, you wouldn't happen to be in the Baltimore area, would you? And I said, well, I can be. I just had a load drop on me. And he was like, well, we got a short load going from Baltimore to Dahlgreen, Virginia. It's a military load. He said it's not very big. He said, but they need it picked up first thing in the morning, ran straight through. He said, I figured, first person I thought of was you. You'd be a perfect guy for the job. So here I am. We are actually at Lockheed Martin in Middle River, Maryland, which is just outside of Baltimore. So it's a military load going to a military base down in Virginia. So I probably won't be able to do much filming inside of these places. So I was sitting out here waiting, calling, trying to figure out where to go, and nobody answered the phone. And 2 seconds ago, up walks this guy, and he was like, can I help you find something? So I started talking. I'm like, yeah, they said be here at 8, and I can't get a hold of nobody. I said, it's going to Dahlgreen, Virginia. And he was like, oh, well, you looking for Steve? And I said, yeah. He said, well, that's me. I was like, oh, okay, well, works out perfect. So he told me where to go. So we are going to go over to the guard shack, get checked in and everything. I'll get back with y'all. All right, guys, real quick, this is what we got. Just a 20-foot shipping container. It's got some testing equipment in it. So not big, not too heavy. It's only 8,000 pounds. I think I was supposed to get 2, but then the guys, I was supposed to get 2, and then the guys in the shipping department at Lockheed said that they changed it to only 1 because 1 wasn't ready or they didn't need. So I had to confirm that, all that stuff. So they're only getting 1. So better for me, 8,000 pounds. Should get some good fuel mileage. So we're gonna get out of here. I'll see y'all at the drop off. Shoo! It's been a long 2 days, to say the least. Yesterday, I picked up that load in Baltimore, ran it down to Dahlgreen. Had to run 97, Interstate 97 outside of Baltimore, as rough as I don't know what. Lost both mud flap weights that I just put on, ain't even been a week. Lost both of those. And then I got to the receiver, had to sit there for 2.5 hours while they tried to figure out a forklift. The government, hurry up and wait. And then I left there, got back to my customer to pick up some insulation. And when I pulled out, put the axle down, I noticed that the outside dual on the passenger side lift axle was off the bead. So what had happened was I got a nail in the tire, and then when I put the axle down, it popped off the bead. So while I was noticing that, I was calling for roadside to help me, because my impact, for some reason that I have, doesn't work at all. I got to get a new one. It won't take any of the wheels off. So roadside, there's a tire shop right down the road from Kingspan. So I was going to go over there and just have them do it real quick. And then I noticed that I had a gash in my steer tire on the passenger side. It looked like it was basically just a dry rot crack that ruptured. So pretty much all in the sidewall. You can see, into the inner layer of the tire on through the sidewall. So they didn't have any tires last night, so I slept in the lot of the tire shop. They ordered me 2 steers this morning. I could only get Goodyear because I run low pro 24/5, and evidently they're hard to come by. So they had to order 2 this morning. They got them in. I could only choose between Goodyear because that was the only brand that they could get today. And so I got that done, and then I still had to run to Delaware, and I had to get there before 3 o'clock. So I didn't leave Winchester till about 11 o'clock. But luckily I made it there about 2:15, and that receiver called my customer boasting about how great I was and they were just trying out this product, and I pretty much helped solidify the deal with them buying this product. So all in all, after all that stuff said and done, it was a terrible 2 days. You know, I'm getting back late tonight because I had to reload for Monday, so I'm getting back late. But all in all, that made me feel good with my customer. I'm glad I could help them out because they, you know, helped me run my business. You know, they helped me make money. So, you know, you guys know that I don't talk about money. You know, I don't talk about what my rates are and stuff like that. But I will tell you this, money. $1,300 for a patch on a trailer tire and 2 new steers. $1,300. So when we do talk about rates and we do talk about money, a lot of guys on YouTube don't tell you nothing about maintenance. They don't tell you how expensive this stuff is. Now, granted, I'm in a semi, so steers are a little more expensive than a regular pickup. But even on my Hotshot setup, even on some of these 4500s and 5500s or 3500s, if you do the conversion, I had 19.5s. So I ran commercial tires. They were just as expensive. You know, they were about $360, $370 a tire for Michelin. That's what I ran on my steers. So these steers, these Goodyear steers for my semi was $450 a piece. You know, so, or $500 a piece. And then, you know, the patch on the tire, and then I actually had to get I had to get my wheel bearing tightened up because it was loose on the driver's side. You know, so $1,300 is a big chunk of change. So if you're not running for good rates and setting money behind for maintenance, $1,300, there might be a lot of people in this business or just starting out in this business that don't have $1,300 to fork out for maintenance like that. You know, if I didn't have $1,300, this truck would not move. And then that puts my customer in a bad spot. It puts me in a bad spot because I can't do what my job is. So keep that in mind. You know, I'm sure a lot of you are probably going to click on this video because you see the title. YouTube Hotshots Live. I mean, it may be controversial, but a lot of YouTube Hotshots Live. Now notice I said YouTube Hotshots, not Hotshot YouTubers or Hotshot trucker or trucker YouTubers. Me personally, I consider myself to be a trucker first and a YouTuber second. I don't make hardly any money off YouTube. You know, the amount of views and stuff that I get, I will tell you, I haven't even made enough money off YouTube since I've been monetized to pay for the GoPro that I use to make these videos. So I'm not making no big bucks. Trucking is what I make my money off of. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is be careful who you listen to on YouTube, because you jump in this business because of how much money you think you can make, because that's all they talk about is how much money they make. And you jump in this business thinking that you're gonna make that money and you don't. You buy a new truck or you buy a used truck and you buy a new trailer, whatever you buy, and then something happens right off the gate. Something like what happened with me where I buy a truck and I got to do an end frame right off the gate. If you ain't got your money right, you know what? Your business just went up in flames before you even started. Or if you out here running for garbage rates because you don't know what you're doing, because you just jumped in the industry because you watch YouTube and all these guys is making all this money, so you say, hey, I'm gonna go out and get me a pickup truck and trailer. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna make all this money like they talk about. And you don't know what you're doing, and you go out there, you're not setting no money aside, and you go out there and something happens to your truck, whether it's a warranty issue or not, no parts is behind. We all know parts is hard to come by because everybody's still using this COVID excuse. Then what you gonna do? Then your business is up in flames before you even start, or before you even get your feet under you. Now you got all this debt in equipment and you can't pay for it. So what I'm trying to say is, what my main point is, a lot of YouTube Hotshots or YouTube truckers lie when all they talk about is money. They don't tell you the other stuff. They don't tell you all the other money you gotta spend. Look it up. Do a Google search. Most people, or talk to some other truckers, most people will tell you this is a small profit margin. Trucking has a small profit margin. Yeah, you might make $250,000 a year doing Hotshot over the road or trucking over the road. But nobody tells you that it's a possibility that you might have $230,000 in overhead and expenses. Nobody tell you that, do they? They just talk about, oh, I made $10,000, $15,000 this week. Or this load pays $1,500. This load pays $2,100. This load pays $900. What they don't tell you is how many miles that it went. They don't tell you that it came out to be less than $2 a mile per all mile. That goes back to the other video. I'll even put it up here for you about where I talk about $2 a mile ain't really worth it. I see it all the time on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all these social media things. You got all these hotshot guys and truckers talking about how much money they make, and all it's doing is getting people in the business that don't know what they're doing. Now, I'm not telling you not to get in the business. I don't want anybody to think that, because you all should know, if you watch my channel, all I try to do is help people when you get in this business. I'm trying to help people who are in this business and help people who are trying to get in this business. But I'm keeping it 100 with everybody. I'm giving you a no bullshit channel. I'm not feeding you no bull at all. I'm keeping it real so that you guys know exactly what it really is like out here. Yes, you can make money. Yes, I'm not telling nobody to not do it. If you got your ducks in a row and you think you can make it in this game, then by all means, jump in. Let's make some money together. But if you're gonna jump in this business because of what you see on social media thinking that it's a cakewalk, let me be the first person to tell you it's not. I'm not a YouTube hotshot. I'm not a YouTube trucker. I'm a trucker first that does YouTube. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with everybody and let you know this is not a cakewalk. Money can be made, but big money can also be spent. So keep that in mind when you're jumping into this business or thinking about jumping into this business. So I'm losing light. I'm actually trying to stand here, you know, behind my trailer lights and all this stuff to get some light in. But so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video now. It's Friday, it's late. Go home, take me a shower, spend the weekend with my family. Hope everybody has a great weekend, fun weekend, safe weekend, all that good stuff. Get your mind right for Monday, relax, everything like that. As always, stay prayed up, grind hard, and stay humble.